this is flight 746.
Hello everyone, this is a joint broadcast by İGA and Go Turkey. Today, I'm going to welcome two guests, actually two expats living in Istanbul, and take them to İGA Lounge at Istanbul Grand Airport. I'm going to treat them some Turkish coffee, maybe some Turkish dessert, so that we can talk about their Turkey and Istanbul memories. Buckle up, it's coming up now. Here we are at İGA Lounge. Today I'm going to have two wonderful guests. One of them is a Dominican Swiss beauty, fashion and food influencer, dear Nastassia Jacobe. And my other guest is a famous chef, a real Italian gentleman, Claudio Chinali. You're both welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm so glad to see you at İGA Lounge.
Thank you for
Thank you
inviting
for your
us.
coming.
Thank you very much.
So I know that you both have been living in Turkey for a long time, and I'm sure you have interesting, incredible memories about Istanbul, so I can't wait to hear about them. So first of all, Nastassia, I would like to start with you. How did you decide to come to Istanbul?
Well, I came to Turkey around 10 years ago, and I came because I have some friends that I study with in university, and they were always coming here for holidays, and one day I decided to join. And I start to come to Turkey, so it becomes more often and often. And I start to check business opportunities, the way of living here. So one day I decided to come, and I came, and already 10 years passed.
Wow, it has been 10 years.
10 years passed,
Wow.
and I built up my family. I have two beautiful children, and I consider almost Turkish myself.
I heard that you also gave birth to two of your children.
Two kids, yes. 8 years and 4 years.
So Claudia, how about you? How did you decide to move to Istanbul?
It was 2009. I was invited here for a gastronomical event, and it was a very important time for my career. I've made the step to become a chef, and I arrive here, I see all this food, all this culture, and I think maybe a couple of years in this country will help me to develop a much bigger vision about the food. And now it's more than 11 years that I stay here.
Wow, 11 years, a
Yeah.
long time. So I'm sure during those years you observe our culture as well. So my next question is about our culture. So what was the first thing that you got really impressed about Turkish culture? Nastassia.
The first things that I got impressed the first time I came here was when I was on the plane. I see all this mosque from far, and architecture-wise, it was a little bit strange to me because I didn't know what was those buildings and what was the meaning of that. So then when I landed, I asked to my Turkish friends, and then they start to tell me that what is the meaning of these little towers, let's say, and they told me they were mosques. And they are for a Muslim religion, and people goes there to pray for God, and that it has a very beautiful religion meaning to them. So they took me to visit some of them.
We call those towers as minarets.
Mosque, yes.
Minarets.
A minaret.
The towers itself
Yes.
called minaret. And the whole architecture piece called mosque. Of
Exactly. So I visit some of the historical ones, which they are very beautiful, and I think this is one of the things that I keep in my memories all the time for the first time I arrived here.
Wow, wonderful.
Yes.
There are lots of mosques, historical ones.
Yes, many.
Incredible,
Yes.
super old. So you had a chance to visit some of them, I believe.
I did. The most for me beautiful one was the Blue Mosque. and inside it's wonderful. It's something very beautiful, and even when you go inside, you feel the peace, and it doesn't matter what your religion is, you think you are connected with God, you know, so it's beautiful.
Istanbul is already a
Exactly.
melting pot for different
Exactly.
religions, different cultures. So I'm so glad to hear that you enjoy Nastassia.
Exactly, I
So
did.
how about you, Claudia?
Okay, the first time that I went to Turkey, it was very nice. There was flower everywhere and the city was super clean. That surprised me because it's such a huge city, so full of flowers, so full of green, so clean. It was something surprising. And the thing that the city was never sleeping, 24-hour activities. And this is something that for me mean freedom, because it allows you to have your proper life whenever you want. And this is something magical, and I love it.
So right now I'm going to ask you a question about the Turkish cuisine. You are both expert in cooking, you're both chefs. But before, I would like to treat you some traditional Turkish coffee, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
For sure.
All right, here's our Turkish coffee.
Teşekkürler.
So you drink during the daytime any Turkish coffee?
Yes, absolutely.
I do.
It wakes you up, gives you some
Yes,
power.
yes.
Of course.
So I love it. I drink like at least 3 times a day.
Well,
Definitely.
Turkish coffee is a very strong coffee, but it has a beautiful taste and a beautiful texture, very different texture.
Thank you.
And I think that is connected as well with the culture. You have to wait. It gives you the time to rest that 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It is very important to enjoy the coffee.
Exactly. So please enjoy.
Thank you.
It's very good. So guys, I really wonder your favorite item from Turkish cuisine. So Claudio, I would like to start with you.
One item, and I have to speak a little bit more. It's not enough, one item.
It's too little.
Yeah. There is a lot of food that I love. I love to travel. It's my business. I love to develop new flavor. And the traditional Turkish food is very interesting. First of all, if I have to choose 3 dishes, I will tell you olive oil cooking vegetable. And personally, the spinach one, the ıspanaklı zeytinyağlı, I love it.
The olive oil, Turkish olive oil is very
Turkish
famous,
olive
right?
oil, yes, absolutely.
Very special.
Then a meat dish, because Turkish people are meat person. They love to eat meat. And the lamb is outstanding. There's a dish called kuzu tandır. It's a lamb
I love
cooked
it.
in a special oven.
Yeah.
It's become super tender and it's tricky because you can eat kilos because it's so
That's what I
nice.
do, Claudia. That's what exactly do.
And the third thing is a dessert that surprised me a lot. The name is Kazandibi. It's made with buffalo milk and chicken meat and a little bit burned on the top. It's so balanced, so interesting, so special, and I cannot resist whenever I see one.
And I heard that you've been to Antep as well,
Of course.
so which is a gastronomical capital of
Abs-
Turkey. So how
absolutely.
was your Gaziantep experience?
Hard for my body because I get always some kilos when I come there, but very interesting. You get a lot of ideas when you get there because the culture is so huge. There is a lot of inspiring things. They're using those spices. They use also bulgur, how they treat the meat, the pistachio and the baklava. I mean, that is
Extraordinary,
extraordinary good. Yes, you know, I love it. I love it.
So how about you, dear Nastassia?
Well, in general, I love Turkish cuisine, especially the Asian cuisine, which it was like Claudio, like the vegetables cooked in olive oil. But the dishes that I really enjoyed very much is the cabbage stuff with the rice and the grape leaf stuff. They call yaprak sarma and lahana sarma, but in olive oil I like. There are 2 ways. They are with meat and there is with the cooked in olive oil. My favorite is cooked in olive oil because I think it's more tasty and more
They put some rice, some
soft
herbs,
and,
right?
and more, it has sweet, sour, it has very different textures. And also there is one kind of pasta that they call Turkish Ravioli, but in a tray.
You're talking about mantı?
I'm talking about tepsi mantı.
Wow.
This is actually very rare mantı because this is not the mantı that you can find everywhere. This is very traditional from Kayseri. And there was the first time I tried it and I got obsessed with it. It's very difficult for me. This is like a piece of art because it's very handmade. It takes hours to make and even it has a design. So it's really, really beautiful and the taste is
Great.
Amazing. Even now I'm craving to eat it, you know?
So actually Kayseri is also another capital of
Yes.
Turkey in terms of
Yes.
gastronomy. So, but I want to get a promise from you. You both going to cook some Turkish food for me then, okay?
We will.
Deal.
Deal?
Deal.
So speaking of other cities, so I would like to hear about your favorite destinations in Turkey. So what other cities you like?
Hard question because there is a lot of cities that are very nice in this country. But personally, I like very much all the area that go from Çanakkale to Ayvalık. That area is fantastic. It's still very natural. Olive tree everywhere, pine trees, fantastic cheeses, fantastic vegetables. The fish is amazing. There is this wind during the summer, and even during the autumn is very nice. It's a cozy place, and the people is relaxed, full hospitality. It's a place that I love very, very, very much.
Those are my favorite cities as well. So Nastassia, how about you? I know you travel a lot.
I travel
In
a
Turkey.
lot, but everyone who knows me knows where is my favorite destination, which is Bodrum. Bodrum is for me a very special place, and I spent all my summers there since 8 years ago, and I love the food. I love the simplicity of living there. I love the way that people cook. The sea is for me a beautiful sea. When people ask me like, we are going to these places and these places to see the sea, I said, dear, first come to Turkey and see the sea and what it has to offer, and then you can talk about other places. And I come from one of the countries who has the most beautiful sea in the world, which is Dominican Republic. But Bodrum has something totally different. For me, it's a beautiful destination for holidays, and food-wise, gastronomic-wise, for me, it's very nice also.
How about in Istanbul? I will also like to hear about your favorite towns, the neighborhoods. Claudio.
I'm in love with the area where I'm living with my wife and my babies. That is Bomonti, Feriköy, Kurtuluş, full of old shop, full of organic, market. There is mall, and there is this neighbor culture, mahalle kültürü they call here. That is very nice. Everybody know you, everybody help you. There is one woman that make gözleme that become like the grandma of my babies.
I love it.
It's fantastic. Even if I don't buy something, she give me something for a present. Try this, try that. And it's very nice.
That's the way of actually Turkish hospitality.
Yes, and
right?
the reason I think why I feel very comfortable here. And the other part, it's a very cozy area that is Moda. I like because I take the boat, I go to the other side of Istanbul, so I take some rest. Then I pass to Kadıköy, it's super crowded, and then to Moda. Something very nice, it's like a small town inside the town. This is real freedom, to have in the same city such different area.
And I'm sure you visit the fish market there. There's a huge fish market close to Moda. I don't know if you had a chance to visit.
Absolutely, and the fish was very good. I like the way how they cook here. Very simple, super tasty, and super fresh. Unbelievable fresh.
So how about you, Nastassia?
Well,
Where's your favorite town in beautiful Istanbul?
I have two towns that they are very precious to me, which is one of them is Karaköy, because Karaköy is like a kind of a hipster place that you can go very cool dress, to have a coffee, to have lunch, or even to have a great dinner. And it's full of art, antique shops, and you can spend one day just there and going around, and you will discover many things that you even don't know. Which I believe this will be a great destination for future. I mean, I think it will develop very big. And also Arnavutköy. Arnavutköy is very special to me because I am obsessed with this traditional Turkish architecture, like a wood style, and there are very little houses very close to each other, which I don't know how can they live like this, because I think if one shout, the other one can listen immediately. But it has a lot of fish restaurants which are very famous, and it has also small markets there. And you can go also walk by and be on the seaside and continue walking until Bebek, and it's a very beautiful area, I think, to walk
The Bosphorus itself.
Yes, yes.
It's definitely
for me, it's a
something.
magic place.
So since we are at IGA Lounge at Istanbul Grand Airport, which is the center of Turkish hospitality, I would like to ask you a couple of questions regarding travel. So Nastassia, what does airport mean for you in your life?
So airport means to me connection, because it's the only place that you can get connected to other places. So it's the only place that you have the possibility to know other countries, go and see your family, go for meetings, go for anything. You can go by car to many places, even you can go to countries, but to the places that you exactly want to go, it doesn't matter where you are, this is the place that connects you. So this is the real meaning to me.
It's the connecting point, right?
Exactly.
For many people.
Exactly.
So how about you, Claudia?
It has two different meanings. One is family, because whenever you are here, one reason is because you connect with the family. You to reach again. Whenever you live abroad, it happens, that you have to travel to see your parents, your family, it's something magic. The second thing is culture, because whenever it's travel for holiday, whenever you travel for work, just for enjoying, you learn. You open your mind, you open your eye, and this is something that fulfills your heart, your mind. This is culture. This is something that I love.
So I also wonder if you had a chance to learn any Turkish. As far as I know, you both fluent in Turkish actually, but how everything started? It was difficult or not? Can you give me some details?
Well, learning Turkish, it has been a big investment of time because it's not an easy language. I myself speak 4 languages, and when I first listened to Turkish, I thought it was impossible to me. Impossible. I said, no, it's impossible. But then I think motivation, it's a big thing to you to start to learning. The first thing was that when I was walking around 10 years ago, not a lot of people had the knowledge to speak English on the streets. So it was a big pushing to me to learn. But I think the main thing, the main key to learn Turkish is to watch Turkish soap operas.
Which are very famous
Very
all around
famous,
the world.
Very dizzy, yes.
We call it Dizzy,
They
Turkish
are,
series.
they are very, very nice. I mean, the meaning of the disease are so wonderful, like you don't want to miss it, Even I remembered I didn't know any word, but I was watching and I was like excited and I was saying, what are they saying? What are they saying? And then it was a big, big thing for me to start to learn. And I learned. I mean, I cannot speak Turkish perfect, but I can have a conversation.
What was the first word you learned?
Çok iyi, maşallah.
Nastassia, mashallah. To you.
Mashallah, thank you, dear.
And now even your kids actually learning Turkish.
No, my kids, they are full Turkish, Spanish and English. So their Turkish is very nice actually. Even sometimes they are speaking Turkish to me and I said, no, I don't speak Turkish. And they start laughing to me. So yes.
That's funny.
Yes.
So how about you, Claudio? I know you are very fluent in Turkish.
They
So,
say like this.
I just wonder how everything started.
It
Was it difficult? Easy?
At the
How?
beginning was very difficult. Consider in Italy we say, are you speaking Turkish to say you don't understand nothing? I don't understand nothing. We say, are you speaking Turkish? Because it's a language that is very different from Italian. But I was a little bit lucky because I studied Latin in Italy, and that in a little way it helped me because the construction was similar. But I always invest a lot of time to learn Turkish, especially in the first years, because for improving communication with my colleague, with my customer that I'm always in contact, I had to. So it was at the end so hard. And anyway, it's nice because it's a language, the one that you learn the system is not so hard.
Yes.
It's just tricky at the beginning because it's different, but it's not hard.
So I believe even your kids learning Turkish right now.
Yes, a little bit. I mean, the small one is just 2 years old, so he's starting to learn now. But the 4 years one, it's starting to understand. He's starting to understand and speak a little bit.
thank you very much for your coming
Thank
to
you
Iga
for
Lounge.
inviting us.
It was my pleasure hosting you. By the way,
Likewise.
did you enjoy the Iga Lounge?
I think the lounge is very nice. I think the architecture is very modern and very beautiful. And I think this is the place that if you didn't have any time to taste something about Turkey, this is your last bite to take because the food is very beautiful and it's very traditional Turkish food.
So how about you, Claudio, as a chef, as a professional chef?
I think that is a perfect spot to start the travel because it doesn't crush, the reaction when you are leaving a country. Because here we feel the hospitality, the flavor, the architecture of Turkey. It's a very nice spot to leave the country.
I'm so glad to hear that you're all satisfied.
Very
Thank
So
you.
once again, thank you very much for your coming.
Thank you for having
And
us.
I'll meet you. We get together
Soon.
to enjoy some Turkish food together.
Okay,
Okay,
don't worry.
definitely.
You'll be surprised.
Can't wait. Thank you very much. So that's all for the week. We will get together again with my new guest at Iga Lounge. So please follow us on Iga Pass and Go Türkiye Instagram and YouTube accounts. See you soon.